And hello. We are back again. You all, it's so great to be here again on WFTB 104.1 FM, Tab Nashville Gospel Radio. Also being recorded, Sacrificial Conversations. It is a pleasure to have you all with us today. Hello. Monica, you want to say hello to the people on today?
Hello, everyone. I know I sound a little struggy today, but God is good. I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful day, this Monday, this awesome weather that the Lord blessed us with. He's given us double for our trouble with all those ice storms and snow. So today, He gave us a beautiful day to enjoy. So I hope you all enjoyed this weather on today. And throwing the ball back to you, Mr. Chisholm.
All right. So yesterday, y'all, before we get off into this topic, our conversation, our guest on the day, one thing I do want to throw out there, God is truly doing some amazing things, y'all, with our radio show and our podcast. I'm realizing that He is showing favor because He lets us bring on interesting people. We don't have to do a lot of searching because God is connecting us with some great people, you all. And today we have a great guest. He came down for the Super Bowl. I want to start with the Super Bowl first. I want to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl and what went on. First of all, Super Bowl Sunday was yesterday. Did you enjoy Super Bowl Sunday, Monica?
I really did. I love the Super Bowl. And the reason why is because I finally understand football. Finally, after all these years, although my son has been playing forever. But I always have enjoyed the halftime show. That's always been my favorite. I like the commercial second, but the halftime show first, and then the commercial, and of course the game. And so yesterday, I guess neither one. I don't really have a favorite team, but neither one of those teams were my favorite. But I was just willing to watch. And like I said, anytime you get to have good food and family and fellowship is always a good thing. So that was my day on yesterday. Really just enjoying family, and then the different foods that we had on yesterday. And then just like I say, watching the commercials, talking about them, the halftime show. And of course, my husband said his team was going to win. Of course, the Seahawks won. So congratulations to them.
And Seahawks, they're not my number one team, but I felt like the Seahawks had a better chance of winning the Super Bowl. But to jump into our conversation on the night, he said he was coming down to watch the Super Bowl with me. So today, y'all, we are sitting down with Theodore Chisholm III. I said I was going to bring in some amazing young people to the platform so we can grasp the young people and see what he can say to the older people as well. But I definitely want to get my younger listeners, my younger viewers out there that's listening to the radio station, also the podcast. But we have Theodore Chisholm the third today. He is 24 years old. He's a graduate of Memphis State University, currently in his second semester working towards his MBA in supply chain management and logistics. He has been with FedEx Corporate in Memphis, y'all, for a year now, and he is part of a generation that is moving fast, but still figuring things out. This conversation now, y'all, is going to be for young and it's going to be for old, but we hope we raise some great communication on tonight. But Theo, we're going to start with you on tonight. What was your thoughts about Super Bowl yesterday? How'd you feel about the teams or Super Bowl halftime show? Give us some thoughts about that real quick.
How you doing? Happy to be here. I think the Super Bowl was, I would say, I hate when it's not a good game. The Patriots didn't play their best game like they did all season.
Okay.
So, but kind of expected. I expected it for the Seahawks to win.
So your expectation, yours was for the Seahawks to win as well?
Yeah, their defense is pretty nasty. The front line's really good. Secondary good as well. I didn't see how the Patriots going to move the ball. Their best bet was to throw the ball, and they couldn't do that.
They couldn't throw it the whole game. And they broke records, y'all. They broke records this time. It was, I believe, more sacks And was this more sacks in the NFL Super Bowl? Did he break a record this time, I believe?
I'm not sure. I know Drake May only had 40 yards, got sacked 6 times, rushed 19, so it wasn't a pretty night for the Patriots.
At all. I felt kind of a little sorry for him. But somebody's got to win and someone's got to lose. That's always been my motto when my kids played sports. So, yeah.
Your motto was someone has to lose, someone has to win.
I mean, that's logical. I mean, that's life. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. So, unfortunately, it was the Patriots. But they can try again next year.
But it hurts so bad to lose. I mean, Theo, doesn't it? I mean, think about the time that you all went all the way to the championship. And explain that loss. How did that feel? How did that feel when y'all lost in the championship?
Yeah, of course it feel bad. That's the number one goal you try to make it to towards the end. So when you that close and you don't achieve it, it's kind of like a dang moment. But you look back and see what you can win from there. But as long as you gave it all on the field, that's all that matters. Because sometimes you only make it once, like Marshawn Lynch. 10 years ago, same team. The Seahawks, Patriots, they lost 28-14 where they should have ran the ball. They threw it and got a pick. So it hurts to lose that Super Bowl moment more than any other loss or a championship loss.
Yeah, championship loss is a detrimental loss, and it can play on your mental for a long time until you win one, or just imagine if you don't win one, how long it can play on you. But the halftime show, that's what I really want to get to about the Super Bowl the most, because last night this young gentleman broke a record with the most views on a Super Bowl halftime show yesterday. He beat out Kendrick Lamar. He beat out Michael Jackson. I believe he had about 1.35 billion views. So he topped it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the production. The production of the show was amazing. I couldn't understand what was actually being said, but one thing that I can say that happened, I learned later on that Apple paid for this, you all. Am I correct, Monica? Did you also hear about that as well, that Apple paid for the halftime show?
I'm not sure. I want to say, I'm not going to comment on it. I don't know.
Yeah, Apple, they streamed it, so everybody was able to watch it. And the artist is Bad Bunny, and I feel like he got a lot of views because you look at the message of his performance. It was unity, bringing everybody together. I feel like a lot of people forget that in the U.S. it's more than just black and white. There's all kind of races and people, and I believe Bad Bunny brought that together. Even though it was in Spanish, I still believe that everybody received the message, and I think it was a beautiful message. Unity over everything. So I feel like if you didn't like the performance, it's like how you don't like love. He spread a lot of love last night. The only thing I could say is probably some subtitles would have been good, but other than that, it was a amazing performance, amazing visuals, amazing message.
That's cool. With just a couple of subtitles would have took it to a whole. He might would have got 1.40 million if we would have had a couple of subtitles.
But I think a lot of people, we discussed it at work today, and so what they explained is if you like music, like I didn't know what he was saying either, but I enjoyed looking at the different sceneries and saying this is, I was relating to his culture, and I had a coworker named Marisol. So she took time to explain everything to me. She was like, well, in our culture, when we do have fun, we bring the kids. And so they can lay on the couch. Most times they're laying down. And so I think you saw a little boy when Bad Bunny's like, get up. That's what they do. They still party, and they bring their kids with them. And so they most times just fall asleep. So that was one aspect of it. And then she told me about the husband and wife. They actually got married at the ceremony. I mean, at the...
Yeah, that was a real...
Yeah, that was a real
marriage.
Marriage.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so you saw family. I mean, you saw so many aspects
of love and
unity. And so I actually wrote his message, but I left it at work. But bottom line, he was saying, love is more powerful than hate. And so a lot of people are hating on this show because like, oh, we didn't understand what he was saying. You didn't have to understand. Look at the scenery. Not only the scenery, if you like music, clap your hands, tap to the beat. It was, in my opinion, positive. And so everyone, in my opinion, is out there being negative. Pull the positive out of it. I enjoyed it because it was something different. It wasn't rap. It wasn't country. It was something different. I enjoyed. I think they said those were sugarcane trees. He really thought this thing out. I don't
Yes.
care how you slice and dice it. He took time to put this performance together. He didn't shy away from anything. I even like the pose he had, the electrical pose. So he actually put some thought into this. Even his number on his shirt, y'all, was I think they said his mom's, because that community uses their mom's maiden name.
Wow.
So it has something to do with his mom. So he really thought this thing through. So I enjoyed the halftime show. I think it was fantastic. I think the people that didn't understand, therefore they're criticizing. And so I put the shoe on the other foot because I know this is America, but y'all, we got to get caught up with the time. Yeah, we're going to have to learn just a little bit of, because I was the main one, so I ain't learned no Spanish because I don't speak Spanish. They over here, they speak my language. But now that where I work, I'm in contact with them, so I'm learning just a little bit of their language.
Yes,
and so
yes,
I'm
yes.
saying that to say, a lot of times we're playing music they don't understand, and I'm quite sure they're not bashing us. So why not show them the same grace? Just put two and two together, figure it out. I mean, just think about a person that's deaf. He could only see what was going on yesterday, that person, and I'm quite sure they was overjoyed. So that's I really enjoyed it. And that's my opinion. I won't take it back for anyone. Like I said, we got to learn to love one another.
Absolutely.
They are here, and they're not going anywhere.
And you
Come
said
on, what was you saying?
We got to realize that America isn't owned by white. It isn't owned by black. This is a place where people come, free world to make their dreams happen. So there's a melting pot of people. There was way more people than we can think of. The history doesn't even tell like who was
the first one.
So
Yes, it does.
I think we
but
got to get out of this is our country. They need to speak our language. Yesterday he showed unity is above everything. We're all human, and I just feel like we keep getting away from that. We just keep pushing away from that.
And we all bleed red.
And it was very colorful. But to end this segment of it, I do want to say that Apple did a great job, because what Apple is going to do, they're going to make some earbuds that's going to be able to translate the Spanish language as soon as it comes through the earbuds instantly. So that's something big that Apple is doing, and I commend Apple for doing that, because it's going to break bridges. It's going to mend gaps. That's going to help us be able to have a better language barrier with the other races and other things, because we have to understand, like y'all just said, we're here. We're here to stay. Ain't nothing's going to change, and it's nothing we could do to change that. So that was a great way to jump into this conversation on the night, because we have a different a dynamic of age groups going on right now, and that's the reason why I want to have this conversation on tonight. So Theodore Chisholm the third, you just started with some more endeavors in your life. You just started going to your school to get your master's and your MBA in supply and chain management and logistics. At this time in your life, were you pressured, or what drove you to actually want? Because I know life is busy. I know you're doing a lot. You just started on with FedEx. You could talk a little bit about that. But what actually made you want to take education a little bit further and go and get your MBA? Let's start there.
What made me want to go further to get my MBA was actually being at work and being in the realm and seeing where I want to be. I always like to look at stuff in 4-year plans because that's how long it take you to get a high school diploma, college degree. But I don't like being stagnant. I know I had to get to that next level because one thing in the workforce, if you stay stagnant, they're gonna leave you in that same position forever. I never like to get content, so I really like what I do with supply chain management, logistics. I deal with air freight and coordinating it basically, but really like what I do, and I wanted to dig further into it. I just believe in mastering what you do, or just becoming the best version of yourself at it. So that's what kind of drove me. I was at my job before I got to FedEx, and it was an everyday cycle. My first job, Abbott, it was a manufacturing job, a plant job, and I told myself I want more than life. I got an engineering degree. I work real hard, so that's what kind of motivated me not to be stagnant. I know what kind of life I've always wanted, so those are a few reasons. Wrap it all up.
Absolutely, Monk. You want to add anything on
I
that?
just want to say that I'm proud of you because when I finished and got my degree, I was like, hey, I'm done. I don't want any more schooling. But that was my choice. And then once again, I try my best to tell all the young people, get it now. Nothing's too hard for you. In this life, just the regular degree is easy. The regular degree now is like a diploma. And so you got to get your MBA, you got to get your doctorate, you got to get all those things this day and time. And so if you have the time, go back to school, get that education, advance, soar in your career, because you can get stagnated. I do push my young adult kids to thrive and strive to do and be their best. And we, as parents, support them 110%. And like I tell them, always put God first, let them know what you want, ask him for wisdom, and guarantee he will lead you and guide you in the direction that he will have you to go.
Yeah, and I would also like to say sometimes it isn't just going to school or getting a degree. There's different arts out here. There's different talents. There's just different things you can do in different avenues. I feel like a lot of people at my age get caught up in doing it too fast, trying to make the money too fast instead of falling in love with the process, learning what you're doing to become the best version of whatever you do. But sometimes there's people that needs to be a cook. Sometimes there's aircraft mechanics.
Yes.
There's a spot for everybody in the world, and I feel like you got to find your own lane. It's easy to be on social media to say, hey, I want to be a YouTuber, a rapper, or a boxer, NFL player, whatever. But there's more to life than what you see on the screen. And there's a lot of different avenues out here I feel like people do not tap into. There's jobs you would even think that's a job. So just find what you like in this world and stick to it and become the best at that.
I want those on real quick.
Come on, girl, because I
remember.
Come on, I knew this was going to be
as he was growing up, and he likes to cook, right? And so he was like, I want to be a chef. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, I don't know about you being a chef, but he's always been good. And so engineering, he went that route, but he could actually be a chef if he wanted to, because that's his second nature's in that kitchen, y'all. So, like you said, school's not for everyone. So if you have a trade, take up go to trade school. Do what you like if you know how to work on cars, because nowadays it's always something. Like I have an old school car, so I'm always gonna need a mechanic to work on my car. I don't plan on giving Big Red up anytime soon. I know Teddy has the electric car, so we're gonna need some electric mechanics out there. What else we got going on? Yeah. So don't slight yourself, young people. Artists, we it's the skies are the limit. I guess what we're saying.
Yes,
and truly love what you do, because when you love what you do, you're not even gonna think about it. The money's it's naturally gonna come. And also too, just don't look at other people. Don't compare yourself to nobody. Mm-hmm. Somebody may can be rich and you don't know what they go through on a daily to get that money, or the hustle or the struggle they have to go through. So that's why I always say focus on you. do what you love to do.
That's good. So let me ask you a question, just focusing on you. You've been with FedEx Corporate for a year now. So what surprised you the most about working in a major corporate environment?
Fast pace it's a really fast pace. You got to always be on it, always cover yourself. It's very very professional setting. A lot of covering yourself, a lot of emails, spreadsheets, and keeping up with things, just getting stuff done. They give you a task, it needs to be done at this time. So I would definitely say the pace. It was faster than my first two previous jobs, but I'm really good at adapting. So I was able, to adapt and fit in where I needed to.
Gotta throw one in there. So how do you carry yourself as a young black professional person in those type of spaces?
Want to always be me. I feel like if you think about it too hard, you'll not be authentic and be yourself. And I always carry myself in integrity. Know I'm a hard worker. I always CYA, cover yourself. Very organized. So I just go each day in with that confidence. Being a black man in a setting where it's not a lot of us, you got to be real confident. You got to be confident in yourself and that work. So I would honestly say that confidence and then that integrity of just a worker, of just knowing the work I put in. Know I can go and I can do any task they give me.
You got a question for that real quick in that corporate side?
No, because I work in the corporate side. You're the one that's self-employed, so I'm in that atmosphere I'm in that atmosphere each and every day because I'm like him. So it's not mean it's I have to represent my side, and so I'm like him. I go in and do what I have to do and be me, and don't let anyone intimidate me. So I put that smile on my face and I give you the full godly attention that you might not sometimes deserve because everyone's not nice. They don't like to play on the playground fair. And so I have to remember the reason I come to work because first of all, I'm a king's kid. And I work unto my daddy each and every day. So that's my motivation each and every day to go in there. I know a lot of times that my skin tone plays an effect. But once again, like Theo said, I can't let them and I guess maybe their upbringing or they lack of education form an opinion about me. You ought to get to know me and I will be your best person. I'm going to take good care of you if you come to me. But if you want to just judge me by the color of my skin, then that's on you.
That's your situation.
Right.
So Theo, another question about this corporate world. What didn't school teach you that you're having to apply in the corporate world that you didn't get from schooling?
That's a really good question. I'm gonna explain this like I explain this to everybody. You get your college degree is just telling the job I'm capable of doing X, Y, and Z. I'm capable of doing this job. I don't think college prepares you for the workforce because it's so situational.
Wow.
It's like every day is different. You never know what you're gonna get. But I feel like college they gave me certain skills I need. I know how to set up a meeting on, I know how to use Office 360. I know how to make nice presentations. I know how to use Excel to the max point they need me to use. But I would say that college, I'm not trying to say it didn't prepare me, but college just gives you the grind. Like I said, you fall in love with the process. It lets you know you can solve a problem. It lets that job know that. Because at the end of the day, you're going to college to get a piece of paper. That paper is saying, I am capable of doing this in this degree. But work is situational. You get something different every day. And I feel like you only can learn with going through it like anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'm a hands-on person. Yes, I went to school. I got the piece of paper, but any job and every job, they're going to train you on their systems and how they want things done. So that's why I say if you put your mind to it, you can do it. But you got to be willing to put the work in and not rely on other people to teach you, especially the small things that you should know. You know, sometimes you got to open up a book. Sometimes you got to research and do things yourself and learn it for yourself because they can't take that knowledge away from you.
Absolutely.
And that's why a lot of jobs like that require a degree because I'm not saying if you didn't have a degree you couldn't do my job, but it may frustrate you if you don't know those simple things that I learned at a college. So that's why I said it always just depends on what you do. I'm not about to go into. I got a friend that's an aircraft mechanic. I'm not going to tell him how to fix that engine because that's nothing I learned how to do. You learn that at a trade school. So yeah, it's all about going through it.
Absolutely. You got a smile on your
I'm
face over
laughing at
there.
you because I'm like, hey, you train people. You understand this is not anything new to you.
Absolutely. And I'm in a whole different field. I'm in a whole different era
Right.
of life. You know, I'm my thing now is training entrepreneurs to understand what a LLC means, what going to the next level, being outside of the corporate world. So that's something that me and Theodore Chisholm III has been talking about as well. So I want him to be able to be out there on all levels, the corporate level, the entrepreneurship level, understanding both worlds, and that'll make him a better person. So this dives into my next segment that I want to talk about, and this is the discipline segment that I want to talk about because it's not that I put how you move on a certain platform as a young person, but I do look at your movement, and I feel like I had great movement in my 20s. I had started my business. I had just came back at 20 years old, quit everything I was doing to enroll into hair school to do my thing, and I went into hair school business not hair school business. I'm sorry, went into the salon business with my mom, and we carried it on, and now we're 36 years in. So it took a discipline for me to, at that year of 20, to start that, go in and discipline myself to be on time, to go get further education,
To
sit and wait
on
Come on.
customers.
Come on.
on now.
Come on, people don't understand that part about it. It's not just about thinking that I'm going to graduate and then customers are just going to flood your salon. You're going to be the biggest. Because so many people nowadays say, oh, I'm going to go, and some of them don't even want to go get the license to even do what they do. But some of them go get the license in a year's time. They expect to have a clientele that's amazing. It doesn't work that way in entrepreneurship. It's going to take a year or two, which in the corporate world, I feel like it's taking you a couple of years. Come on, talk about that.
Yeah, in the corporate world, it'll take you longer just to move up. I feel like that's with any job. You have to have certain certifications. Like for me to move up to where I want to be, if I want to be a manager or a director, I gotta have an MBA. And I'm not saying that's the reason I'm getting it, but yes, it takes time, and no matter what you do, the corporate world, you got to get good at what you do. So that's why I always say experience is everything. Experience is everything. And then you touched on discipline.
I was going to the next. Come on.
That's the willing to do it. I feel like you was at a point in your time where, you just, you could, stop college, and then you're trying to figure out what you're going to do. That's grit and grind, getting up every day. Being disciplined is just that willing. You're willing, you want to do it, because I was in college and I have friends that would just fail classes. I'm just like, man, like I'm too disciplined just to just give up on it or not do it. So I feel like it's just the willingness, wanting to lock in. I until you go through something, I'm not saying something bad has to happen, but that discipline, that willingness to get up, like I got to get up and go make this money today. And I feel like that's discipline is what a lot of people lack in my age group to not get where they want to be. You got to be very disciplined, and I'm even working on discipline myself. Like me getting back in school, I'm not how I was undergrad. And I'm working on that discipline again to get to where I had it then. So it's all about that I feel like being disciplined is just willing to do what you want to do. Because if you want to do it, you're going to do it.
And I was gonna say, time is not on any one side, guys. That's why I was saying, Theo, if you're gonna get that master's, go get it now, because the longer you wait, the tougher it is. Because I messed around and, you know, got married, was going to school, and then I got a job, and so I was making a little money. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna put school on the back burner. And then I got pregnant, and then while I was in school, and so I'm like, I kind of went backwards. So it took me a little longer to get things accomplished. That's why I said, stay focused, stay disciplined, do what you're supposed to do, and then everything else will, fall in line. But when you kind of go out of it, takes you longer, and you could have used that time towards something else. Like if, I maybe could have went on and got my master's, but because I waited so long just to get my bachelor's and was time to get a master's, I was like, I'm tired of school. So you gotta be disciplined in any and every area of your life. And to me, it starts, while you're at home in high school. So that trickles on into your college life, and you won't forget the things that you did in high school. So when you go to college, you'll follow that same pattern, like getting up on time, getting to your classes, getting that homework accomplished, telling your friends, hey, I can't go hang out with you today. I gotta get my assignments done.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a counter to that. Yes, it definitely do start at home, but also on the flip side, there could be a kid where his parents don't care about him. Their parents out all night, and he knows he has to go hard in school every day to change his circumstance. So, like I said, it's all situational. I just feel like you got to have that grit and that grind to want to get up and do it, because everybody comes from all different walks of life. And I realized this when I was in college. I sat in this room. I'm in the room with some rich kids that drive in whatever car they want. I was in there with some poor kids. I was in there with some middle class kids. Some with both parents, some with not. Some with good structure, some that don't. I really feel like once when you tell yourself the type of lifestyle I want, you're gonna go get it. And even if it's outside of school. Even me with working out, I say I want this nice 6-pack. Am I going to go to the gym every morning? I've been doing all right with it, but it's all about that willingness to go and to go get it.
So that we still in that discipline mode. So you just took on another big obligation. You have a whole child right now. You have not a child from a birth child. He has a dog, and the dog is a child. I hate to say that, but you have to take care of these animals that we are down accumulating in our family. We have a pet lizard, and we have
a bearded dragon. Give him his proper title.
And now
Frenchie.
We have a Frenchie that is amazing. His name is Blue. Theo, we know habit changes and things. This dog is helping you to create a habit. Is it helping discipline you? What is having a dog now doing? Because you don't have children yet. What is having a dog doing in your life?
Making me become selfless. Selfless. You can't be selfish with a dog. It's like a kid. I wake up every morning. I gotta walk him. Gotta make sure he eats before I eat. Definitely give me a peek to having a kid, but yeah, it's definitely making me more disciplined, making me stay on it a little more. My schedule got to be a little more tighter, revolve around him. That's another reason why I came up here this weekend, so y'all can watch him while me and my girlfriend go out of town next weekend. So yes, it's definitely changed a lot. I've had him a little over a month, going on 2 months now, and it's definitely been different. But you love them fast. I love them, so I don't even think about everything I have to do.
But it's changed your whole way of living. Am I correct?
110%. I changed the whole way of living.
Because you, I
can't just get up and leave when I want. Like I can't kick it all night. I got to go home. I got to feed my dog.
You got to take him out, walk him.
Take him out, walk him. can't just do what you want to do. So like I said, becoming selfless, not being selfish, because I had a lot of time and I wasn't in school, so I just went to work and had all the day to myself. So I would say definitely make me more disciplined, giving me a new purpose,
A
better
dog,
structure.
yeah, a dog. Now I was afraid that it was going to be a disaster, but a dog has brought on a discipline on him that is increasing, y'all. I'm sitting there watching him clean more. He's taking care of every situation. He has to pack now before he leaves out. It's a whole different thing. And I never thought, because I mean, when we had our fish, we didn't really have to put a lot into our fish. We got the tank clean. We
Can't compare.
Yeah, you can't compare that thing. We didn't have to. We just made sure they ate, and then we paid somebody to come in, and so we didn't get in. Did you get discipline from our? You got discipline. I didn't get discipline from the fish. Talk to us. Did you get in discipline?
I'm getting disciplined with the bearded dragon. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm having to, get up. He's on a schedule. He gets up in the morning at 7:30, guys. I open up his window, his shade, so he can look out and see all the birds and the squirrels play. And I turn on his lamp so he can get some nice heat. And then I set his food, not in the heated lamp, off to the coolness. So when he's ready to eat, he can just eat. And then sometimes, when I get off work, I get a lovely surprise that he's used the bathroom. Had to go in there and clean and wipe up.
Wow.
Yes. So yeah. And so he eats it out like 5 or 5:30 each evening. Then he has a bedtime, guys. So yeah, this household, yes. Mr. Chisholm just says hi to him. But Blue on the other end, he's having to massage and do some different things as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's getting disciplined as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So back to, because y'all, this thing about to go by fast. I got to get some more of my questions out before you get out of here, y'all. And I interview him, y'all, once a year. I let him know you got to give me at least one interview a year so we can talk. Because y'all, I know his mind is on a whole nother level because he comes from a king. So I know he thinks on a whole different level. And I had to get a younger mindset that I really, really know I know a little bit about what's going on in his mind because we talk a lot. He downloads stuff into me and I download stuff into him. So back to the questions because I want our young men to really, really listen to us tonight. So you're single, but actually dating a beautiful young lady. Okay. How do you balance ambition, relationships, and personal growth?
You said, how do I balance
How do you balance ambition,
and personal
relationships, and personal growth?
I feel like in a relationship, once you become aligned in the goals, so me and my girlfriend, once you become aligned in those goals, you talk about what you want in life. You work towards that. I feel like being in a relationship, you should never stop working towards yourself because you always got to have self-love. We give each other those boundaries, spaces to speak, and time to grow, and just also be real with each other. You don't want nobody that's a yes man or woman. You want somebody that will tell you when you're wrong, areas where you need to grow. So just having that open space just to talk, communication is the key, and just realizing that everything isn't going to be perfect. It teaches you, like, again, to be selfless. Everything's not going to be your way, but it's about what's best for the both. So we both got a lot going on in our lives, a lot of different things that we do. So I feel like we push each other in those things and want to see each other be great in everything we do, because we know this is going to be better overall just for us. So like me getting my MBA, there'll be times Kayla be like, hey, you need to do your work. She checking up in, make sure I'm getting that done, because we know at the end of the day that's going to be a better position for me later on in life. So just stating those goals and clear communication.
Okay.
And you can't be also like jealous and envious of one or the other. Truly just being happy for what they do and who they are as a person.
Got something you gonna say, man?
No, I have nothing to say.
Okay.
He summed it up real well.
So
Real well.
okay, in that then. So check this out. What do you value more than you did at age 20 then? Just listening to the growth and the ambition and your relationships and what you just was talking about. What do you value more now than you did when you were 20 years old?
I feel like 20 I was ignorant to the world. I feel like I'm awake to a lot of things now. It's just so different because when you're 20, you know you don't have any bills, you don't have any care. I was just going to school, college, had a dorm, living off a refund check, had my little nickel dime job where I can skip when I want it. So I really say I value everything, everything, because now I just see the totality of just being a man. I'm fully out under your roof, have been since I graduated. Always, make sure I pay my bills, do what I need to do on time. So now it's just figuring myself out now, figuring out what Theo likes, where I want to be in the next X upcoming years, and how can I set myself up when I'm younger to get where I want to be. Because now I'm just seeing, I like the wisdom. That's your answer. I like wisdom because I want to there's a place I want to get to, and I talk to a lot of people, not saying I talk to them so I can either make those right decisions or I don't make those mistakes. So I'm valuing my time a little more. At 20, I was carefree. I didn't value the time. So time and wisdom are two things I'm valuing now, because now I see, like, at 25, I'm about to be 30 in 5 years, coming up in April. What I'm about to do to get where I want to be at 30, and then next is going to be 40. So I'll say time and wisdom. Them are two things. At 20, I didn't realize it, because now I'm telling Trinity to enjoy yourself. She don't realize on the other end, having to pay your bills, and I know she probably like, man, my brother, I make it look cool, but you got to work at the age you at now. So,
yep. Now you have to think about if you can get those Jordans. How important are those Jordans during this day and time? Because you was buying Jordans like they were just $1 or $2, but now you like, I don't know, gotta make sure my bills paid first, and
make sure my dog eat.
Yeah.
Had a Jordan problem. Had over 150 pairs. So definitely using my money more wiser. Sometimes you gotta cook instead of eating out every day. So definitely learn a lot being a young adult. It's definitely a lot, but I'm happy I'm seeing the whole totality of it. So I feel like a lot of people make a lot of mistakes while they're young. I made my mistakes, but like with credit and different things. But I'm just happy I'm aware now.
Yes.
You got something? Come on in this thing, baby. No, seriously, but y'all, two quick questions. Who do you talk to get stuff off of your chest? And one other question. This is a twofold question. How do you reset when you're overwhelmed? And who are some of the people that you talk to get the pressure off of you as you just need to talk? And then, like I said,
Oh, you mean someone like he vents to?
Absolutely.
Okay, so a venting person, and then I'm trying to understand your twofold. What's your other?
What do you do when you're overwhelmed? How do you reset as a young person?
I feel like that's situational, because I talk to my girlfriend about things. I got line brothers I'll talk to. I may come to y'all and talk. So I feel like just talking is situational. This is just, do you have that village that will have that open ear to listen to you talk? I feel like that's more about it. And I feel like I really do have that village. I exit out the people that doesn't need to be in my life, or who would take what I say and spike. Because some people, you'll really want to talk to them, and they're literally just there to either be envious or hear about what's going on bad in your life, instead of just truly being there as a friend. So who I talk to, I'll just say I have a really good village that I've been working on that I can talk to. And overwhelmed, when I'm overwhelmed, I just gotta step away. A lot of times I'll go take a walk, step away, and take a breather. But yeah, I'm definitely learning new ways to calm myself down when I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'll totally leave it alone. Like today at work, I had to just close the laptop. I'll get back to it tomorrow. So one thing I'll say, give myself boundaries. You got to give yourself boundaries with everything. I had to realize that with work. Hey, Theo, you got 4 hours, 3 hours to do your NBA homework, and then give yourself an hour to play the game, go on a walk, something. So I'll say give yourself boundaries.
I do like your statement about the village. That is true. I want people to realize sometimes your village, that certain people's seasons might be up. And so this season,
That's good,
yeah,
baby.
and I had to learn this. I've always had older female friends, mentors. And I mean, when I say older, they're like 20 years older than me or 30. And so I was like, Lord, you didn't give me anybody young. Everybody is older. They're my elder. And so I love that. But this season, honestly, in her and I are developing a quick relationship, and that's my friend Andrea. We're talking more, and because God knows I'm that person. I don't have many friends, and so I'm really to myself. You and I spend more time with each other. I mean, this is my ultimate
That's
friend.
right.
But then I know you got to
Hey,
have that girlfriend, and
yeah,
so
we fight, we argue, we make up, we do it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, we do.
Best friends.
yes, we are.
And when-
Until you're
yes.
not my friend. So, but Andrea, she's my friend, and I thank the Lord because I'm like, you put her in my life for this season.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
then I mean, it's odd because I'm like, Lord, because you've made fun of me. You was like, when we joking, he'd be like, well, how many friends you got? Let's count them on your hands, and we'd be like, and we still be on one, and so I just but you're right, you got to have that village, and so. And then you got to see what the Lord is doing. Like I said, he plopped her into this season of my life, and we're getting closer and closer. I thank God for her. And then of course your parents, because I talked to my mom. You can't tell mom everything, so I got Andrea, then I got my mom. And then we got others that that you talk to. But I do like you say about your village, and then just the stepping away part. Mine is now I'm changing. It used to be I run to Family Feud or something on TV, but I've been putting up me some good positive things on YouTube.
Sweet.
And not only, I mean, I love to watch some preaching, but I didn't start pulling up health stuff. I think it's Dr. Tosha or something out of Atlanta telling us about the women how to take care of our bodies. I'm back on Joyce Meyer about the mind, your mental. And so it just depends on each year where the Lord is taking you and showing you what to do in your life. I wanted to not rely on that TV so much. And so I asked for things that's gonna help build me up and make me a better person, make me a better wife, a better mother, a better friend.
And I need you to constantly put in your mindset a better entrepreneur and business person. You got to get that in your mindset.
I will
You
receive
got
that.
to get that in your mindset because that's who you are. Go ahead,
You
Theo.
also said seasons. You are who you hang around. I have to realize that some people come in your life for a season. It may be for a lesson. It may be for a blessing. So I have to realize just letting some people go. You can't hang around somebody who's either dragging you down or don't have the same mindset as you. So you said some real important season. That's just not friends. That's anybody. If y'all not equally aligned, a lot of it's not gonna work out. 'Cause they may drag you down. So yeah, I just want to say that season thing important. 'Cause I'm losing a lot of friends that I didn't have in high school.
That is amazing that y'all said that because I even had to realize something. Even in my business ventures, I've actually hindered people's growth in business relationships because I was so busy trying to hold their hand and carry them and not letting them understand you have to go and be the business person yourself. I would be, the ones I would train them wrongly. I would not let them understand that you have to get out there and be aggressive in business in this field. You got to do it this way, my motto, or you got to be on time. it's a lot of things that I did that didn't help people grow. But I got to get these 2 questions out before this night is ended.
But I know what let me do.
Go ahead. Come on.
Now, not to say seasons, because the God put in my spirit. Elisa, I know you listening. Elisa is a friend, but Elisa is family as well. You got some people that are close family.
Like,
another person comes to mind, Maddie.
Yes,
that's been with us for years. I'm just talking
Tia
about
Jones is family.
Yeah. Those are we consider them as family.
That's been with you through the thicks and the thins of life, that's helped support you. You know, that's good. You know who family is, because family is people that...
I don't want them to think, no, y'all are family.
Yes, good,
and
girl.
And then Andrew and DeMarco's family now, too. They quickly added. They quickly.
Yes. But so, I love that. I love that.
Got to.
I love that. And you know, our blood family, you know, all my blood that's out there listening, I thank God for y'all as well. Question that I got to get out here before we get off this air. What's something older generations misunderstand about young adults today?
That's a tough one.
No, it ain't. Think about your granny Liz. That should help you come up with a really good answer.
That's a tough question, because I feel like the older generation just need to realize they're going through the same things that we did, just on another level, but also understanding the complexity of technology and just the advancements of the world and what we deal with. So I feel like the older generations just need to actually be there, pour into us as much as we can, because a lot of kids aren't getting poured into. The internet is poured into them more than they're getting actual human contact and real wisdom. So it's definitely a big disconnect, but I just feel like older generations just got to understand what we're working with. It was something different around y'all times, and now I'm not saying it's getting worse, but that's a tough question.
I think you answered it pretty good. I mean, I don't really understand a whole lot that, I guess, you all, the terminology, different things that you all use, but we did the same thing when we were younger, even with the music. So we do got to just show the younger generation some grace, because we've been there, done that, but it's something different now, and we just gotta, show them grace and try to embrace it ourselves.
So the reason for that, you all, because I want to make a full circle from where we started at the top, talking about the Super Bowl halftime show. Now we're coming back to this question about what do we misunderstand about the older generation, the younger people. What's our misunderstandings? And I feel like if we continue to have conversations like this and we try to bridge the gaps, that we can come to a medium or a great space together, because we have to do this. We cannot. Come on.
We just gotta. I feel like we just gotta stop comparing the times. Like you said, Bad Bunny had more streams than Michael Jackson, but you gotta think about it. Streaming wasn't a thing. You actually had to have cable to watch the show or go somewhere to actually watch it. So we're just in different times. Like I said, we gotta stop comparing it. Oh, this time was better than this one. I know me and my uncle always argue about basketball. We in a whole new age of basketball.
Absolutely.
So it's the not comparing to the old age, but coming up with a solution. Like, for instance, I said, Bad Bunny, like, he may have more streams than Michael Jackson. That doesn't mean he's better than Michael Jackson.
Absolutely.
He two good performances, and they're just two different. There's two different eras. So
yes.
I feel like a lot of people always try to compare the eras, see which one is better. We're living in the now. Or what's something in that era that we didn't do that we need to do in this era? Those are questions we need to ask.
That is off the chain right there. That did it right there. We need to stop trying to compare today with what happened in the past. We have to live in the day, the time. And I've been in a couple of conversations today that we were even talking about this when we went to lunch today, that we were talking about how I cannot put my 55-year-old life on a 20-something-year-old and expect their life to be the same as mine. This young lady said to me, you can create a perfect life, but it may not go that way. It might not happen that way. And then I had to be like, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, we've tried to plan, because this is what we were talking about, pregnancy and birthing children. We tried to plan, you all. And when we were trying to plan our children, our first child, we lost. So that took that whole perfect trying to plan, a life out of the situation. So it's inevitable, y'all. You cannot plan. You can have a plan, but your life can go any direction. You just have to be able to adapt and learn how to adjust, make changes, and understand that you have to be the one to make it or take yourself to the next level of what life has to offer. Theo, I'm gonna let you end the night with a quote, something you want to say to the younger people, the older people, before I get us off the air. Come on with it. Wait, Monica, what you want to say to people before we leave?
We have 3 minutes.
Come
3
on.
minutes.
Come on, Theo.
3 minutes. I just like to wrap it up. What you just left off. Just putting yourself in the best situation. You're young. If you don't have any kids, live, get that experience. Try different jobs out. Figure out what you like, so when you turn 30, you can excel and build on what you want to do. Like my dad said, you can't plan the perfect life, but you can put yourself in the best situation, and always keeping God forward. Been digging a little bit more into my word lately. You got to have him align with your plan to make it work, and also be humble enough to know that your plan may not be his plans for your life, and he's going to guide you in the right direction. So that's all I have to say, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Monica, I'm going to let you take us out. I got to say one thing before we get out of here. I knew tonight was going to be amazing, because this young man's mind is very, very well adapted to this world system and the way this world is going. So I thank you for the interview tonight. Monica, take us on up out of here.
You've been listening to the Tab Nashville Gospel Radio, 104.1 Tab Nashville. I hope you all have a great night, and thank you for listening. Stay tuned to next week as well. Good night.
I told y'all it was going to be a good conversation. Sacrificial Conversations. Did you subscribe yet? Hit that like button. You might get something that's going to help your life. Y'all be blessed.